Good day everyone! Today we will discuss the socio-emotional development of the intermediate schooler. Children in this period spend their time outside home. They spend most of their time either alone or with their friends rather than with adults. Here are the objectives. At the end of this module, the student should be able to identify the socio-emotional characteristics of the children in their late childhood stage, determine the qualities of family life that affect older children's development, including changes in family interactions, and interview a parent regarding their child's socio-emotional development. Now, going on to the understanding of self-competence, self-identity, and self-concept. It is widely recognized, and the characteristic of this period of development is the acquisition of self-competence. Self-competence is the acquisition of feelings of this is one of the most widely recognized characteristics of this period of development. This is Erik Erikson's developmental task of middle childhood, which is the social crisis industry versus inferiority. So, in the self-competence, children are able to develop self-competence, especially in the classroom. Um, they want to get higher grades in their quizzes or in their sit works so that the teacher would appreciate them and give them award. So in the Erik Erikson's developmental task of middle childhood, industry refers to the drive to acquire new skills and do meaningful work, while inferiority is the feeling of failure when they finish or master their schoolwork. It is said that the child must grow a sense of competence and opportunity must be provided to develop a sense of perseverance. Thus, chances to both failure and success must be offered along with sincere feedback and support. Moving on to self-identity. This refers to the child's stability in prominent aspects of one's perceptions. This reflects the labels people to describe themselves. For example, a child feels that he or she is a student. He or she is has its own name. Moving on to self-concept, it is generally taught as our individual perceptions of our behavior, abilities, and characteristics. Social comparison is most likely employed in dealing with others. Children shows increase in perspective taking enables them to A. Judge others' intention, purpose, and actions. B. Give importance to social attitudes and behavior. C. Increase skepticism of others' claims. So, skepticism means that doubt to the truth of something. So, during late childhood, children can now describe themselves and they most likely employ social comparison. In dealing with other children, they show perspective taking. Let's move on to emotional development. Children shows improved emotional understanding. So, they may also show greater ability to show or to conceal emotions that involves the ability to monitor oneself or other feelings. Another milestone in this stage is the development of children's emotional intelligence or EQ. So, when we say emotional intelligence, it is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways, to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. Emotional intelligence has four main areas. Number one, developing self-awareness. It is the ability to understand your own emotion and their effects on your performance. Example, as a student, you are aware that you have tasks to do before and after the class. So, awareness can help us to think that we have the duty to accomplish. Next is the managing self-emotions or self-control. It is managing one's emotion It may mean being to cultivate pleasant emotions such as feeling calm, appreciation, and enthusiasm. So, self-control is very important. If you don't have self-control, you cannot you cannot calm yourself once you are in trouble. Next is reading emotions or perspective taking. So, it is the ability to look beyond your point of view and considering how someone else may think or feel about something. So, perspective taking is putting your shoes on the other person, thinking that you are in the situation where someone else is suffering. You tend to understand one's feeling or emotions. Number 4, handling emotions or resolve problems. It is choosing how and when to express the emotion we feel. We can choose the way we react instead of letting emotions influence us to do or say things that we'll regret later. So, we must think a way to solve a problem because if you not take any actions, the problem will get worse. So, let us examine ourselves if we are practicing these 4 areas of effort. So, moving on to building friendship. At this stage, good pair relationships are important. As children go through their late childhood, the time they spend in per interaction increases. They are because they are comfortable with their friends for they are in the same experience. So children prepared to belong to same-sex peer groups. The approval and belongingness they receive contributes to the stability and security of their emotional development. For example, female students are comfortable to make friends with girls, while male students are comfortable to make friends with boys. So, there are 5 types of peer groups: the popular, the average, neglected, rejected, and controversial. So, popular, children who are frequently nominated as best friend and are rarely disliked by their peers. So, the characteristic of a popular children is has good communication skills with peers, show enthusiasm and concerns for others, has self-confident, draw other people to them. So, the best example of popular people is that those adolescents from middle classes. And also, as I observe in the school, adolescents who are very attractive and very intelligent tend to be popular. Average. Receive an average number of positive and negative nominations from peers. So average, ito yung hindi gaanong sikat pero hindi rin gaanong dislike ng kanilang peers. Ito yung mga taong minsan maraming kaibigan, minsan kunti lang. So, neglected. Children who are infrequently nominated as best friend but are not disliked by their peers. So, professionals have noted that the best way to help them develop is to teach them how to be noticed by their peers. So, these children are intelligent but they want to study alone. This type of children are introvert who feel very shy. So, neglected, they are um, they are not participative in the classroom. They are very shy to answer. So, ito yung mga estudyanteng tahimik lang sa klase pero matalino. Hindi nga lang sila gaano nagpa-participate sa klase kasi nahihiya sila na baka mali ang kanilang sagot. So, rejected. Children who are infrequently nominated as a best friend and are actively disliked by their peers. So, rejected children tend to have more serious problems later in life, more often than neglected. So, 10 to 20% of these adolescents tend to be shy and withdrawn. So, the best thing to develop is to help their listening skills and sensitivity to what others are saying about them. So, yung rejected, ito yung mga kadalasan ay may mga disorders gaya ng ADHD or di kaya mga disable. Kasi kadalasan sila yung mga nabubuli. Sila yung inaayawan ng mga kaibigan kasi nga sa kanilang pag-iisip hindi wala sila sa katinoang pag-iisip. But we should protect them because they are not normal. We should correct other students not to bully them because they have disorders. So, let's go on to controversial. Children who are frequently nominated both as best friend and as being disliked. Girls in this group were found to have increased risk of becoming teen mother than girls in the other group. Aggressive girls were also found to be more likely be teen mothers than aggressive girls. So, mostly yung mga aggressive girls ay mga binabansag, mga teenager na easy to get. They easily believe to what boys are saying to them. So, for example, pag sinabi ng boys na, I loved you, tapos sinagot niya agad. And then, after that, ang mga kabataan ngayon ay mapupuso kaya hindi nila mapigilan na ang kanilang sarili. Kaya after that, it will results to teenage pregnancy. Tapos kadalasan kapag may anak na, iniiwan ng tatay kasi sinasabi na hindi pa sila ready maging tatay. So, at the end, babae pa rin ang magsasuffer. Sila ang bubuhay sa kanyang anak at magiging broken family sila. So, let's go to the characteristic of the popular children. So, popular children have the following skills which peers find very positive, and as a result, they become the most favored in the group. So, they give reinforcement. They act naturally. They listen carefully and keep open communication. They are happy and are in control of their negative emotions. Number 5, they show enthusiasm and concerns for others. So, the characteristic of neglected children and why the group or majority of the peers develop negative feelings with them. So, they participate less in classroom. They have negative attitudes in school, tardiness, and attendance. Ito yung mga laging pala absent sa klase. They are more often reported as being lonely. Sila din yung mga taong laging nag-iisa, gusto nilang mapag-isa, ayaw nila na may kasama. They are aggressive. They are aggressive or ready to attack. So next is family. At this stage, family support is crucial. Children can easily get frustrated if they can find a supportive family. A good family relationship enables children to successfully go through this stage of development. Family helps children to accept their failures. If children do not find a supportive family, when they find their interest, they can easily get frustrated. For example, playing basketball, riding a bike, they can easily get frustrated because no one supported him for the game. So we must always put in mind that the parents must be responsible in supporting their child so that they can develop a happy family. This module stresses that during late childhood, a wide variety of biological, psychological, and social changes takes place across the developmental domains. As children progress through late childhood, family and community environment becomes a significant factor. During late childhood, peers have an increasingly strong impact on development. So family becomes a significant factor. Because family can be our crying shoulder at our worst time. Sila din yung una natin pinagsasabihan ng pinagdadaanan natin. Sila ang sumusuporta sa mga hangarin natin sa buhay kasi gusto nila na mapabuti tayo at huwag mapariwara ang buhay natin. So, peers have also a strong impact on development because they feel comfortable with them. Sila ang pinagsasabihan ng mga crush kasi nahihiyapan sabihin sa parents, baka sila at pagalitan. At higit sa lahat, sila ang nakakaintindi sa mga pinagdadaanan bilang teenager. So, healthcare providers, teachers, and parents should be able to gain understanding of their child's socio-emotional strengths and weaknesses, encouraging children to talk about their feelings without doing it forcefully. Provide opportunities for children to build relationships with teachers and fellow classmates. Remind children that friendships have their ups and downs and that occasional conflicts and arguments can be healthy. Design activities that allow children to work on their own and discover activities and habits that they enjoy, and model healthy relationships. In this stage, the encouragement of parents and caring teachers helps to build the children's sense of self-esteem, strengthening their confidence and ability to interact positively in the world.